Iranian drones are running out or have already run out. The first Leopards are already in Ukraine. Occupiers lose hundreds of vehicles in a week, and Putin is in trouble. This is What About Ukraine channel, day 367, 25th of February 2023. The heroic resistance of armed forces of Ukraine and the defense forces against the Russian invaders continues. So let's take a briefly look on our battle maps and find out latest news from the fields. North. On the northern borders, the constructions of defense lines and the demining of the regions of the region adjacent to the border are in progress. Kharkiv and Kupiansk direction. There are no changes on it. In it, artillery duels are being conducted. In the city of Kharkiv, according to the statements of local residents, the enemy tried to attack the city with S-300 missiles. About 6-7 rockets launches took place, but according to the trend, the majority fell without crossing the border with Ukraine. There are no changes in the Svatovsky and Kremina directions. Fighting is going on in the forest near Kremina. Bakhmut direction. In recent months, the Bakhmut direction has remained the most active point where Russian contractors and members of Wagner's group are trying to capture the city. In recent weeks, the enemy has changed the tactics of attacking the city to encirclement tactics from two directions. The last few days, after the capture of Krasnogora and Paraskoviivka, the Wagnerites are moving very slowly. On the anniversary of the full-scale war, the enemy captured Berehivka and Yahidne, and already today came closer to the Bakhmutka river. The same applies to the right flank of the city. Here the enemy is very slowly but still displacing the Ukrainian defense forces across the river. In the south, the situation is under control. The enemy is pushed back after the last counterattack. Among other things, Alexander Syrsky, commander of the Eastern Group of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, came to Bakhmut, where he got acquainted with the state of affairs of the units and listened to the commanders about problematic issues. Let's go next and see what is going on in Avdiivka direction. Russian occupiers managed to gain a foothold on the approaches to Krasnohorivka. Fighting continues near Vadyany. The enemy is trying to gain a foothold in the center of Mariinka and continues to press towards to Pobeda. The armed forces destroy all armored vehicles in the direction of Vuhledar. Over the past 3 days, more than 100 vehicles of various purpose have been destroyed. In turn, this demoralized the enemy, and as we noted in previous days, some units refuse to go forward. Most of them drive forward, blocking detachment. The outskirts of the Parisia were fired at by S-300 missiles. Victims are being specified, previously absent. The enemy is engaged in strengthening the position on the occupied borders. They do not take offensive actions. Over the last day, they shelled the settlements around the regional center about 100 times with artillery and mortars. Civilian and critical infrastructure facilities were damaged and destroyed. Kherson direction. In this day, information was received that Russian missiles hit a kindergarten in the suburbs of Kherson. And finally, regarding to tank coalition, that is already starting to operate. and the first tanks have already been handed over to the armed forces of Ukraine. In the near future, not only Leopards, the manufacturer of which is Germany, but also British, American, and Polish tanks should be handed over. Approximately during the next 3 months, the following will be in Ukraine: 31 Abrams M1A2 from America, 14 Challenger from Britain, 85 to 90 Leopards 2A4, 2A5 and 2A6 from Germany, Portugal, Sweden, modified Poland, Spain, Canada and Norway. Germany will additionally provide up to 25 Leopards 1A5 tanks. The Czech Republic, with the support of Netherlands and America, will also add 120 T-72 tanks to this pile of tanks. Next year, Ukraine is awaiting for as minimum 400 additional Western type of tanks. And as a conclusion, we have also information about the Mr. Putin is horribly afraid of the growth of anger among Russians disappointed by the war in Ukraine. This was said by Yevgeny Sevastyanov, former head of the Moscow FSB. He perfectly understands the mood of people who lost everything because of him, so he stays away from them. Putin is terribly scared now. He understands that he is in trouble. Now he is in such a physiological state that he clings to any opportunity to win. And this is all for today. Don't forget to smash like button, subscribe to our channel and share this video with your friends. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned, stay safe. Glory to Ukraine. Slava Ukraini!